I mean, look, the reason the podcast, we just came up with a title, didn't we? Live and Let Dyers.
You've always wanted Live and Let Dyers, to be fair. Why have we come up with Live and Let? Like, just like live and just enjoy?
It's a play on a James Bond film.
Oh, is it?
Live and Let Die. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Live and Let Die.
Ah,
so obviously,
we might get done for copyright.
Well, I hope not, because, you know, this is the title. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of Live and Let Dyers with me, Dani Dyer.
And me, Dani Dyer. We're back. We're actually back.
I mean, listen, we're not trying to give it a big one about this podcast yet. It's two Dani Dyers in a room, talking a lot of shit, really, having a catch-up.
A lot of shit.
Let's have a catch-up, because for one, I ain't seen you.
I've not seen you for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
That's the longest we've gone.
And there's a reason for that, isn't there?
It's been a busy summer.
Because something huge has happened to you. Something huge that's happened to me as well, in a way. Because do you want to explain if anyone's been living under a rock? What happened? What happened over the summer? Me and
Jarrod got engaged, didn't we?
You and Jarrod got engaged. So
my nails are horrendous. I'm embarrassed. I picked them all off. I picked them all off yesterday.
Is this down to the engagement you've picked them off?
No, this isn't down wedding planning. No, I just picked them off. But I love it. I can't believe it.
So
I feel old though.
So
I know this sounds silly, but the word husband and wife just
you're
doubles your age.
You're getting into the realms now of you know, but you are like old mother hubbard now anyway. You've just got kids coming out your ass.
Yeah,
you're ready now for the commitment.
Yeah.
And was it a shock to you because you was driving everyone mad?
Right. Listen. Right. You and Mummy, because when I spoke to Mummy and then you, I was unconvinced because I thought this is the only time he could possibly propose to me. And then when I spoke to you was like, no, you ain't spoke to me. And then when I spoke to Mummy, she's like, you're going to ruin your whole holiday.
This is the thing. So why was you sort of, you know, badgering everyone? You know, why would you want to spoil the surprise? There was a part of you that thought, oh, I think he's going to do it. You know, he had made the call to me.
Yeah, I did. You know, this is what I don't get. Why did I even ask you?
I don't know. You put me in a very tricky situation.
I don't know why I did that.
You're my child, but at the same time, you know, I didn't want to ruin the surprise. And of course, big thing for Jarrod to do. You know, he's quite a shy man.
I know.
You know, for him to make the call to me. To ask for your hand in marriage is a very old school thing to do.
Was it lovely?
Well, I was a very emotional man at the time. I was emotional anyway. And I was glad it was over the phone, you know, because, you know, I was on the verge of tears.
No, you wasn't.
Of course, I had to regroup, you know. If it had been face to face, it would have been very difficult. But of course, I said, yes, you can have a marriage. I didn't do that. No, I sort of said, yeah, this cutest thing about the whole thing is that we had a lovely little chat and I told him how amazing he is and, you know, how, you know, yes, it's a bonus that he plays for West Ham, don't get me wrong. But the love he's got for you and the fact that he fell in love with you and obviously Santi, you know, said so much to me as a man.
Yeah.
And I said all this to him, getting choked up myself while I was saying it because... and then there was a part of me as well that was slightly gutted that he hadn't proposed to me, you know. And then of course he said really cutely, I said, well, look, listen, congratulations, mate, you know. And he went, but what if she says no?
Did he actually question that?
He did.
Never. That was beautiful.
I know, of course, I wanted to go, you f***ing mad. But then it did put doubt in my mind. I thought, hold on, I'm assuming you're going to say yes. And of course, anyway, how was it?
It was beautiful. It was so, you know what, that holiday was everything we needed because obviously I hadn't seen him properly for 7 weeks. He'd been away obviously with the Euros and so that holiday was just perfect from start to finish. I felt so refreshed. And when we went on that boat, when we got on the boat, I was a bit like, if it's going to happen, it's going to be today. It will be today. Do you know what I mean?
You did know then in a way.
No, because I didn't know because I thought, how would he have brought the ring? In my head, I thought, where is he going to get the ring from? He's been home for 2 days.
Again, this is all stuff where you're thinking about all this.
Yeah, I know, but you do as a girl, you do. You genuinely think it.
Fine, right.
And then when we got on the boat and stuff, we was just chatting and that, and then we got off to obviously go for like a little bit of lunch, and then he just did it there. Like he just went down on one knee there, and I just got flustered.
Because he was probably himself,
no, I was shaking because I just didn't think, because the little boat, because you're on a boat and then you get on a little boat to go for like food.
Gotcha.
So as we're going to go and get on the little boat, he just went down on one knee and I was just like,
Well,
I don't even think I said yes, to be honest.
Well, no, I was trying to work out because obviously you've done this amazing, beautiful video.
No, yes,
it's sort of documented this thing.
But that was all after. So when we got onto the boat originally, like I walked up there was like obviously like the Spanish guys that were obviously driving the boat and stuff. And there was just like a guy there and he was like, oh, because we had the holiday organised. And he was like, oh, I'm just one of the friends that organised the boat day. So I genuinely didn't know because he wasn't videoing.
Right.
So we was obviously sitting there and then as we walked through, then he comes up and I was like, oh my God. And I honestly don't think I said yes. I was like, I just jumped in his arms.
Yeah,
and then afterwards,
yeah.
the way he shot it, then we got on the little boat, then he was filming it. Oh, it was beautiful. Like the way that video turned out was stunning, wasn't it?
Oh, it was fucking amazing.
Like how he did it all. Like it took him days to obviously get it all together because he went back and got drone shots but that was
interesting.
perfect.
A few of the England players have proposed.
Yeah, on the same time because obviously they've not had much time.
No, they haven't. I think
but
maybe
it was so special.
I think maybe there's a part of, you know, that all being away from you for that long in that England camp, you're in that bubble. You know, it's can be. I feel like it could be quite a lonely place, and so I think he knew he was going to do it anyway. But maybe a few of the boys got together and thought, you know,
let's do it. This is our time.
These are the women that we are obsessed with, and we need to lock them down. And of course they did it, and
it was perfect. It was so. It was just lovely and natural, you know. Like it wasn't. It was just we were just sitting there chatting and listening to music, and it's the feeling afterwards you get. You're just like in this crazy bubble,
and it's a new chapter for you.
I know.
So you did that holiday. And then and then you came back.
Yeah, for a day.
And then you went on another holiday with all of your 1,000 children.
Yeah,
a very different experience then. I'm assuming.
I felt honestly when I got back from my BFA, I felt so refreshed. I was like sleeping 9-10 hours a night. I've literally now come back from Portugal shattered.
I was going to say I can tell that
shattered.
It wasn't.
You know what it is? It's the age gap. Do you know what it is? Like with Santi, he's 3. Since he's turned 3, the tantrums of like we didn't have terrible twos. Admit with Sant, he was not really a naughty 2-year-old. But since he's turned 3, he is literally driving me like.
This is a nutty age, and you've got twin girls.
And the twins, they're at different ages. Like we went to the water park, and like with Sant,
right.
like he wants to go on all the slides, but I can't take the twins on the slides. So it's the twins on the slides. So it just makes things a little bit complicated.
So you've got one twin that likes water and one that doesn't.
Summer is sensitive. Star is feral. Star, literally, she would fling herself off a trampoline and I don't think she'd batter an eyelid.
Think about that.
Where Summer would cry for days on end.
Think about that early personality that's coming through with twins. And it's such a fascinating thing, twins, isn't it? They're a gift.
Yeah. They're a curse. Some days they're a gift.
Yes.
Some days they're a gift and other days I'll be like, I can't.
I'm talking it from a granddad point of view.
Yeah.
You're living it every fucking day.
Yeah.
And it's listen, every time I explain to anybody about you bringing up 3 children under 3, they go, oh. And you can say that to anyone listening to this, the idea, anyone that's had children, the idea, even one f***ing child, they're kids, by the way.
Yeah.
They've got very, especially, sort of semi, privileged kids. I've got a couple indoors, You wasn't, at least you spent some time on a council estate.
Yeah.
The other 2, who I adore with all my heart, are quite privileged. And so you doing 3 under 3.
Yes, so hard.
Is almost as soon as your eyeballs ping open.
Yeah, you're on it.
It's f***ing on you.
Yeah, it was hard. It was the holiday was so hard.
Just boring shit.
We literally walked through the door of the villa, Dad, and there was 4 steps to go into the living room. So you can imagine me and Jarrod are having to like control the steps all day because Star would fling herself off the step.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then after like day 3, we was like, oh, actually, we'll get sofas. We had to move the sofas around to block the stairway. The twins are sobbing by the sofas because they want to go up and down the steps.
Because they want to roll down and smash
they're crying at the sofas.
So you have to keep them alive.
It was hard.
All day.
It was really, really, really hard.
Not relaxing.
No. Not at all.
So you cherish them moments.
We went out for one dinner and we was like, let's just trial it. Let's go out for a
As you would do on holiday. You should go on holiday. Go and have a bit of dinner.
They cried. They both didn't want to be in the buggy. They didn't want to be in the high chair. They didn't want to be held. They want to be crawling all over the floors. And like when you've got 2 screaming babies and everyone's watching you, it's like, oh my God, I've got to leave. I've got to get up and go.
Yeah, it starts to bring attention to you, doesn't it? And then you start doubting yourself
as a parent.
Of course you do.
So
there is no right or wrong way of doing it.
But it was lovely. It was.
It doesn't sound like it, darling.
No, it was so lovely. Like it was lovely.
Right, okay.
But it was really hard. I can't even paint it as it was saying it wasn't.
No, and I think you've got a few years of this, darling.
Do you think? I thought next time I go on holiday next year there'll be 2, so it might be a bit better.
Yeah, it'll be slightly different problems. I think the thing about the twins is you can't really communicate with them yet. You know, there's no dialogue between you, so there's no logic, there's no negotiating. Okay, they just want to do what they want to do, which is basically kill themselves.
They don't understand life.
No, they don't. You can't really negotiate yet. So. I'm trying to make it easy for you, but this time next year they will both be running around like fucking lunatics, which just makes it slightly more difficult. But you will be able to them. They understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
The dummy thing.
They don't have dummies. They don't
do
like
that. You've tried with the dummies.
Yeah, but to be fair,
I like dummies because you can negotiate with a dummy.
Yeah, but Santi's put me off dummies because he has about 20 dummies. 20 dummies, and we're on the search for dummies all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, like, where's this dummy? Where's that dummy? I want my blue dummy, not that shape dummy. He's 4 in Jan, so I need to get rid of the dummies.
So, like Sunny, your sister Sunny, who used to have a handbag of dummies, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
So, so she had loads of dummies, and she, if she lost one, she'd always go into her little handbag and pull another one out.
Yeah, no.
Interestingly, with Sunny, she would have one in her mouth, and then she'd use another one to click. So that was her way of getting herself off to sleep.
That's what Sans does.
Yeah, because it's a thing, isn't it?
Like, he'll have to touch one, but then now he's got about 20. So Santi's easier in ways, but harder in ways with the tantrum. So that's what I'm balancing now, tantrums and twins and
unfortunately, you can't give him an upside the head anymore. So,
there we go.
So probably you'll probably be pregnant this time next year.
No, I'm
do you
done
think?
now.
So,
we're so done.
Okay, well, okay.
I said he can get the snip.
It's an early age to get the fucking snip.
No, you can't get it done till you're in your 30s.
That's what I'm
saying. After football, because apparently it affects your performance as a footballer.
Well, you're not. Well, I couldn't comment on that, but I know that you're not encouraged to have sex before a game of football. I know that.
Yeah.
Because you need that sort of pent up aggression and stuff. But and is he willing to do it? Because Mummy's still on me about it.
You should do that. Why should women be on contraception for this long? It ain't fair.
No, you're right. I know.
So you're going to be in pain.
But then why should I go?
Hours.
Why should a man go and have his pipes sort of welded into some sort of knot? Because that's what it is. It's a nutty operation.
Your brother's had it done, and he said
it was the worst pain he'd ever felt in his fucking life. No, but now he's free to have sex with whoever he wants and never get pregnant, of course. I think it's a big thing for a man to do. I don't want to have my children, by the way.
Imagine you had another.
I don't think I could anyway. I think.
Of course you could.
No, I'm not sure.
Men can keep going until they're dead.
No, I'm not sure that my sperm is what it was.
You could keep going till you were. Who's the one that had who's the Playboy Mansion guy?
Hugh Hefner.
Is that still about all that?
No, I don't think so.
Well, ain't he got kids?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, because he's got all them little models, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know whether he just sits with them. He's brown bread now, but
is he dead?
I would have thought so, darling. Yeah. He was 90 in like the 70s.
Well, maybe he's
I think he just likes to sit around in a smoking jacket,
with
just surrounded by
But you can literally
loads of little treacles.
have a baby and then that's it for a man.
Well, I had a very, it was my birthday.
Yeah.
47.
Oh,
and
pushing 50.
Yeah, sort of pushing 50 now, which I don't mind. I don't mind all this,
No, Dad, it's nice. You're aging lovely.
Well, I decided to go to Amsterdam with your mother.
Yeah.
And with my brother and his wife, Nicole. I hadn't been there since my 21st birthday, so a long time ago.
That is such a long... Has it changed a lot since you went?
Long time ago, 98, I think was the last time I was there. It has a bit. It's such a fascinating place, Amsterdam, just in a sense of that you can just walk in a coffee shop and pick up the menu. And instead of there being a bowl of nuts on the bar, there's a bowl of Rizzler.
I know.
And you can choose, what you want to smoke. The only thing now is that they don't like tobacco in there. You can smoke all the weed you want, so you've now got to use sort of herbal tobacco and stuff. Now, I'm not a big smoker anymore, but I just felt that, I'm back there. Let's have a little dabble. And what I didn't realise is that my brother, so different to me. An accountant, a logical man, likes walking. And so, we had a little early doobie. And then my brother wanted to walk everywhere. 14,000 steps I done.
No, you didn't.
I've not walked 14,000 steps in about 2 years. And so I realised that actually, okay, I'm not a walker.
Where was you walking to?
Just walking around, darling. I mean, it's
like the little shops.
There's lots of canals, isn't there?
Yeah, it is beautiful.
So you can sort of have a little mooch around, and of course you go to the red light district, which is it gives off a mad energy. You know, like when you're walking past these women in these glass windows
sad,
with the curtains
actually.
open. Well, what is it? I mean, you look at it in a way where you're sort of empowering women to go, okay, they want to sell their bodies for money as a job, and so therefore they've legalised it and they've taxed them on it, and you know, they have control over it, and it's not run by pimps.
As long as it's their own choice.
I suppose it's that thing of, you know, like they're all next to each other, they're all in competition.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like they all look the same as well. They've all, you know, got this weird look about them. And if the curtains are closed, obviously they're having a trade.
Go, yeah.
They're nicking a few quid.
Is there the red light, blue light? There's a few different ones, isn't there? Sure, there's different ones.
What do you mean, like for different sort of? I know that they've got sort of different categories of women. If you know, because you know, people are into all sorts of different things. But it's such a weird energy. You're walking past and they're looking at you and they're trying to. And I'm walking past with mummy. They're still trying to coax me in. You know, maybe they saw the glint in me. I don't know, but, you know, so it's a bit unsettling, and especially if you've just smoked some White Widow.
Yeah.
Which is a nutty bit of weed out there.
Did you spew?
No, I don't spew, darling.
No, you was fine.
That was always my problem back in the day. I had too much of a good capacity for drugs.
Yeah, so you was never sick or anything.
So I never got. Your brother had a bit of anxiety out there, I must say.
Yeah, you did say that, didn't you? But that was definitely because of that.
No, but also it's definitely a major factor. But also the fact that, you know, him and Nicole, his missus, they hadn't left the kids alone, because obviously they got children themselves, twins as well. I didn't realise this. I thought they'd been away and had a few breaks together. This was only the second time they've been away from their children, whereas we couldn't wait to get away from our children. That wasn't even a factor for us.
No.
But we laid around a lot like lions, old wounded lions, you know what I mean? Relaxed, you know, mummy slept a lot, which was wonderful. Because you know what she's like, she doesn't fucking sleep indoors.
No, she can't sleep, can she?
So it was a nice little turnout. I mean, I was quite fucked when I got back, but I felt like I got a lot of love on my birthday. I felt like I was really celebrated. And it's not a birthday you feel that you would celebrate. 47, it's a, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, what is that kind of age? It's not like 50, when you really, yeah.
You know, you're
like your 30th is
your
a big
40s are nearly up.
Yeah, but 50's a big one.
Is it a big one? I don't know.
I think 50's massive. You're halfway through.
Well, what do you mean halfway? I think you're more than halfway, darling, if you think about it. It's interesting because, you know, what's a man's average age that he bowls over is maybe about 68.
You can't go then. I need you to live for as long as possible, darling.
So that's the thing that,
you need to live till you're at least 90.
Oh, I
can't let you go any sooner.
I don't want to
be
sitting there. You have to change me nappy.
I would trade your nappy if I had to.
You wouldn't, darling. You wouldn't go near this old ass, I tell you.
I genuinely would.
I don't know. I mean,
I'd literally build you a little shed.
What's middle-aged? Think about it. Middle-aged should be 35.
Do you think?
Yeah, it should be.
No way.
Because that's middle-aged. Well, yeah, because you're meant to work. I mean, we're in a different industry, what we do. Until 64, is it? And then, is it? I think it's something like that now. I think that time when you're meant to retire is 60s.
Is it changed
So
now?
really, if a men's average age of death is 68, how the fuck can middle age be sort of 40, 50? You know what I mean?
That's young.
I know, but so how long have you got left to that final chapter of your life? I was thinking about this the other day, thinking, what the fuck do you want to do? You know, you've done your bit, you've brought your kids up, your grandkids are all of an age now, and you might be a great grandparent. You know, what do you do with your life? You think, like, you know, what's this legacy you want to leave behind? Do you leave your house for your kids and all that, or do you go and spunk loads of fucking dough and go and live?
Yeah.
Travel.
Go travelling.
Do shit.
Yeah. Because you've always said you wanted to do that. You've always wanted to travel.
Well, I think that last chapter should be the most celebrated.
Yeah.
Because I think people can fall into the trap and go, oh, I'm going to die, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to move off this settee, or I'm just going to, you know, await fucking death and wait to go senile. Go and fucking live.
Yeah, I agree.
So
travel the world.
So that means that middle age should be a lot sooner than what it is.
That's a lot of thing, isn't it? Of like, oh, you have to keep so much money for your children, but your children, I mean, you ain't going to care when your parents are gone. The money's the last thing you're going to care about. What's
the cycle of life, though, isn't it? You suppose you want to leave something. Or do you have to?
Do you have to?
Because your kids should be, if you brought them up well, give them drive, self-esteem, and
ambition. The last
ambition.
thing I'm going to want is
Well, your house, I mean, listen, our gaff's worth a few quid, of course.
But it's if we're going to sit there really and be like, oh, they're dead now. Oh, let's cough it up.
There
is a lot of that though when people go, isn't there? A lot of people kick off, don't they?
Because I still ain't got a will.
You ain't got a will?
No, your mother has. I don't think I've done. Or maybe I have that. Maybe your mum did make me sign a will and I didn't realise.
Probably. She's probably forged your signature, knowing that.
Maybe she did that with a business account. She made me sign this bit of paper and I didn't realise what it was. And now I can't move any money from that account.
Stop it.
It's brilliant.
Stop it.
It's brilliant. So now I have to get permission from her if I need to move money to another
love
account.
That woman.
They have to then ask Jane Mass as well, because she still ain't took me name, has she?
No.
Well, she takes it when she fancies it.
No, she's always... No, her email address is Dyer.
Clever move, though. So maybe I've got a will, and maybe it all goes to her.
Well, maybe, and then she sorts it out after.
Because I'd like to change that will, and I would like to give a lot of it to Debs, the dog.
That dog. She'll be dead well before that.
Let's not get, I feel sorry for Debs.
Debbie's still on holiday, or is she back now?
Yeah, she's costing me a bomb at the moment because she has to go to the dog sitter. And,
why is she still there?
Well, because if I'm working a lot, your mum refuses to.
Her mummy's going away again.
Acknowledge it. Yeah, and she's fucking off again as well. So, Jet Set Joe, we're calling her at the moment. I think we've spoken enough bollocks.
Yeah, I think we have actually.
We've had a catch up.
We've had a lovely little catch up.
We're trying to feel our way really with this, and we're going to leave a couple of little segments about things that we love, things that we're intrigued by. Mine being conspiracy theories now. So we're going to start light. Now, we've got a WhatsApp group, and on the WhatsApp group, producers are on it and stuff like that, and fairly important people. They're sort of going, oh, what sort of conspiracy do you want to start with? And I went straight in with 9/11.
You did.
And I felt the fear come back through that WhatsApp group. Sort of producers shitting themselves left, right and centre. So I thought, okay, I'll take a step back. We'll come to that later on, I'm going to go straight in with UFOs. Just discuss it. Just not too long. Just try and fill you out about how you feel about it, because I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you did a show on it.
I did do a show on it, yes.
How many eps was that?
Only one ep.
I might actually have to rewatch this, the UFOs.
Well, it was called Dani Dyer, I Believe in UFOs.
Yeah, but I believe in them.
Oh.
100%.
And is that because I'm your dad?
No, but there's too much out there. Do you know? And how can we be the only things on a planet? Do you know what I mean?
If you break it down, there's a lot of people that talk about UFOs and a lot of people that have seen them and stuff like that. There was one recently, a video in Ibiza. Now, I know you say Ibiza, a lot of people jumping about on speckly pills.
Yeah.
But actually, there's an image of this, and it was a good one, because the UFOs I've seen back in the day when I did the documentary were flying in and out of Mount Adams, right? But they were just like little orbs. There's nothing... you're going, well, it's not an aeroplane, so it's UFOs, unidentified flying objects. You go, what is that? But all pretty quite slow, and they fly into this mountain, which is weird in itself, and they fly out. The ones I love are the ones that just hover.
Oh,
right? And then they just hover, and then they sort of realise, and then this, look it up, viewers, Ibiza UFO sighting. And it hovers, and then people start videoing it, and then it just...
I ain't seen this video.
It's fucking gone.
It genuinely wanted to go to Ocean Beach.
That mad speed of whatever the fuck that was.
What was that?
Well, it's obviously fucking,
people coming
and have a mooch and have a look. You go right back to the Egyptian times, and on the walls in hieroglyphics, I can't fucking pronounce it. Anyway, there are images sort of scratched on a wall of things in the sky, circle things that they saw, those primitive people, and they were visited, and there was no camera phones then, darling. The pyramids, all that sort of stuff. The idea that how on earth could a civilization build them pyramids without help? I think we'd struggle now to build them pyramids with all the technology we've got.
Yeah,
but yet they were doing this back in the day. So
because who built the pyramids then? Who are they trying to say that built them?
The fucking Egyptians, isn't it?
So all the Egyptians obviously done the pyramids.
Yeah, but it's almost an impossible feat.
I would like to go to Egypt, but everyone gets really ill out there. That's why it's always put me off.
It's a fucking myth. It's all right. You see I mean, I've never seen it, but you go out there, you see the pyramids, you go, oh, that's a bit mad, and then a nappy sort of flies into your face and sticks inside your face. I don't want the Egyptian sort of tourist board on my case, but in general, it's if you're cultured, go and see the fucking pyramids. Go and have a pipe at them.
But yeah, I do think I mean, how can we be the only things on the planet? But I've always been apprehensive on if anyone has gone to the moon or not.
The moon.
Didn't I say that to you? Because how the hell did they go back to the moon back in the day, and now no one goes up there?
Well, I think they're floating about. But my issue with that is the technology thing. Is that how can we fly people to the moon in the 60s but can't invent a mobile phone?
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say.
No, Wi-Fi didn't exist. Things like that. And you go, well, how the fuck was that? You can fly someone to the moon, but we didn't have the technology then like we've got now. The last 20 years of technology is incredible.
Yeah.
It's more than the hundreds and hundreds that came before it. But yet humans were still built the same. We still had the same brains. We could still build cathedrals back in the day, and we wrote literature, and Shakespeare wrote amazing plays and stuff like that. But yet our brain wasn't developed enough to produce any kind of technology whatsoever.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. We only just sort of discovered electricity, and stuff like that. And has it damaged our society, Dan?
Yeah.
It fucking has, man.
Absolutely.
It frightens me, and it's clearly damaging the planet.
Yeah.
So, can we ever revert back to before technology in the sense
I don't think so.
It's too much now.
Everything now is on a phone or an iPad or a laptop, or I feel
Anyone-
like they're
anyone has one.
communicating everything with
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah, and when
I've noticed it with the younger generation. Like, I just skipped that whole social media world.
Well, I think
I
you
did.
might have had
I
a
was-
little. What was it?
I
What
went
was
on
it? Was you was on?
TikTok for me now was
Oh.
like 2-3 years ago. Not even that. 2 years ago.
What was the one you was on?
COVID.
Not B, but
BBM, a bit of BBM.
That was it.
But
BBM. Wow.
I would hate now to be 16 on Instagram. Like, I literally got to live all my teens without social media. Whereas now everything is like on the phone, and I just hate it. It's horrible.
The other week when there was a glitch, within the updated security system with the airports, right?
Yeah, oh my
So
God.
this fucking update fucked all the flights. Everything was fucked. No, the ATMs wasn't working, so you couldn't get any cash out. There were restaurants that you couldn't pay by card because none of it was working. So you go, wow, fucking hell, we are such a slave.
Yeah, we are.
To that technology.
Technology now.
And look, listen, for me, the only way I can punish my children, not you, is if I turn the Wi-Fi off. I could bash them up. I could smash them around and up with a baseball bat. They wouldn't give a fuck. They'd take the beating. Turn the Wi-Fi off. The fucking world is over. I mean, it controls everything now.
It does. It does.
So look, my point is this: with UFOs, either it's true or it's absolute bollocks. There's nothing in between. There's people lying about it. Yeah. When I went, I'm going to keep this very brief. And I do think about it sometimes. When I did that documentary, I went to see a guy called Stan Romanek.
Yeah.
Stan Romanek, who had been abducted since he was a child. And I remember him telling me the story that this woman came up to him. He was sitting on a swing, and this woman came up to him with massive eyes. And even telling the story, it sounds ridiculous.
But I'm into it.
She wasn't on drugs. And this woman leaned into him and, without opening her mouth, said, "You're a very special little boy, don't you?" Now he claims that he's been abducted since he was a child, since that moment, right? And weird shit's happened to him ever since, and it's drove him insane. And he broke his leg. He went to the doctors. The doctor put it in a cast and all that. Anyway, he then got abducted because it was weird. So he'd just be abducted and then he'd wake up somewhere.
Does he remember being abducted?
Not really, but he woke up on his roof of his house with his plaster cast off, leg healed. And he went back to the doctors, and the doctor threw him out, and he sort of recalls this conversation because obviously the doctor's like, that's impossible. He didn't want to acknowledge it, the idea of it. And so anyway, this is the other thing that makes it slightly laughable, is that he set the cameras up in his house, didn't he?
Yeah, no, because we see that footage.
And so anyway, so there is a fucking alien in his kitchen. And it pokes its nut round the door.
But why would he lie about all this stuff?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Why
Either
lie?
he's brilliant and he's like completely made all this shit up, or it's fucking true. And he has been abducted by other beings that are fascinated by human beings, and maybe him being some sort of project of theirs, right?
It's so creepy.
If you break it right down
it?
to what we are we? We're just fucking little ants, on a fucking flying rock that's going through space, just going about our day every day.
Because how can we be the only thing?
We can't be, Dani.
We can't be.
I mean, it's arrogant to think we are.
Yeah, we can't be.
And how depressing if we are.
Yeah. But how comes they get to visit us? And
because
we
they've
can't
obviously
visit
got
them?
better technology.
They're better technology
We're
than
well
us.
behind.
We're so behind, if you actually think about it.
Well behind. If they got things that
So
can
aliens have been about for a lot longer than we have.
Maybe they're among us. Why does that scare
They
you?
just scare me a little bit.
Why do they scare you?
I don't like it.
Because it's the unknown.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But I just want to put it out there. Anyone with any UFO stories,
we'd love to know.
Contact us. We'll tell you how to contact us at the end of the show. But, I'm fascinated by this.
No,
bollocks.
I am.
And you know what? If you actually think about how fucked the world is at the moment, and it is fucked all over the world, lots of fucking division, hatred. The love's gone. Right? There's no love for our fellow human being at the moment. Yeah.
No.
You just put the news on. And it's enough to drive you fucking insane. I don't know what's happened. I don't know why we've regressed as human beings.
Oh, sorry, that's me parking.
Oh, right. Oh, no, we knew this was going to happen. So you've parked your motor and you need to sort your ticket out.
Yeah,
so bear with us.
I parked my car at Sainsbury's.
Yeah, this is the most riveting story, ladies and gentlemen. So,
and it's expired.
And of course, it's expired. Bang on the dot.
Yeah, because the traffic wardens are always there waiting.
Let's not dig out traffic wardens. I fucking hate traffic wardens.
Yeah, I can't bear them. He was waiting at my car the other day.
I don't like the cut of their jib.
I don't like how smug they are when they're giving you a ticket.
Yeah, they are smug as well, aren't they? Anyway, but she's just okay. Sorry, fuck for that. Anyway, that's my rant about my conspiracy this week. I don't want to get too heavy. But what do you want to talk about, Dan? What's your thing?
I just feel like we should always talk about Ariana.
Yeah,
Ariana Grande.
Right, Ariana, right.
Do you remember last year on my birthday you got me her autograph? That was so special, wasn't it?
I knew it would mean a lot to you. It's difficult trying to buy for you. By the way, thanks for my presents. You was
Did
very
you
kind.
like?
You always spoil
me. Did the
so
pants
lovely.
fit okay?
Well, I didn't realise what a big thing Skims.
Yeah, I got you some Skims pants.
No, really lovely.
Are they nice?
Really tucks me big nut in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
And I love me trotters.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been living in them. They're just absolutely
because I know you're going on your cruise.
You always go out your way for me. So I thought,
darling.
what can I get her? Something that's.
I like pans and things, don't I?
You do
I've
like
asked
a pan.
you for some pans.
Yeah, but I like a pan and all.
I love a pan.
Maybe I've inflicted.
Yeah, but I feel like you've got so many pans.
When we're saying pans, we're talking about cooking utensils.
We love cooking utensils.
I got you a lovely casserole dish, didn't I?
You did, didn't you? That was the best.
And
you got me an Ariana Grande.
Well, I had to sauce it.
And a casserole dish.
I mean, ideally, I wanted to get it signed to you, but this woman, she's
Guess how much she is for a wedding?
How much?
5 million.
Oh, right. So you've inquired.
5 million. Katy Perry's 4.
Well, then Jarrod better sign for some Saudi Arabian club.
I don't think I'm going to get Ariana.
Let's not. Hold on a minute. We've all got contacts.
Ariana at the wedding.
Well,
it's
I'm
never
very
going to
good friends with
happen.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get Ariana.
Well,
5
with
million
that
was a big
attitude,
stretch.
you won't. But there's ways and there's means.
One thing I need you to do for me this year,
go on.
we've got Ariana Grande's premiere. Wicked.
What, okay. What is it about that you fucking love?
I don't know what it is. Do you know what it is? I just think she's so relatable.
Not to me.
No, but I know she's not to you. You like a couple of her songs.
I don't like a couple
breathing.
of her tunes. No, absolutely. I'll hold my hands up. But also, there's a couple of Take That songs that I find myself singing, and that makes me feel sick after.
Stop! What is your thing against Take That?
Not for me, don't.
Oh, stop!
Well, I was around in the 90s, and they sort of spoiled music for a bit. When I started to get into rock and roll music and Oasis and all that, they were sort of in the ether. Oh, really irritating.
No, but you love Robbie.
Yeah, no, and Robbie left them.
Oh, yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I love Robbie more than the rest of them. But no, as I've got older, I go, it's actually, it's not a bad tune, actually. It does repulse me to sing it. But Ariana's a great fucking musician.
Yeah, and
but why is it? Because there's a lot of great musicians, Adele being one of them, you have more of a connection to Ariana than to someone, let's say, like Adele.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because, is she more of my age range, Ariana Grande? I just feel like she's someone I've just grown up with in a weird sense of way.
Okay.
She's always had a little rocky ride.
Rocky ride?
Rocky ride. Her life's been a bit rocky.
With the loves in her life.
And she's had it very up and down, but she's just so amazing and so special. Right. And I need you to get me an invite to her premiere. Like I said to you,
shit,
Wicked,
yes.
right?
The
Wicked premiere, she plays Glinda, okay? This is massive for me. If we've got the A-listers there, I'm not expecting an invite, Dad. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hold on a minute.
If I see one...
What list are you? What would you book?
I'm not really in a list, but we're talking about... If you've got like Margot Robbie's there and, like Zendaya... I would never expect to
No, they're global.
They're global. They're amazing. They're pure talent, okay? I'm not expecting that. If I see one Love Islander at that premiere and I'm not there, I just don't know if I can go on.
I see.
I don't know if I can go on because remember I didn't go to the Barbie premiere and I will be blaming Dana for that, my manager.
Your manager, yeah.
Because everyone was at the Barbie premiere other than me. Do you know how upset I was for weeks over that?
Yeah, but I didn't realise that you gave a fuck, because I could have...
No, but the thing is, what Dani says, I say no to everything.
Exactly.
I say no to every premiere. I'm not into all that. But Margot Robbie...
Well, I didn't know Margot Robbie was such a thing to you.
Yeah, I love Barbie. Everyone was there and their dogs, okay, right. And I wasn't. So I have to be at this wicked premiere. I will sell my soul.
No, you ain't got to do that, Don.
To go on there.
You've got your old dad. And I think, going back to the list thing, I think you go up and down. When you came out of Love Island, you was fucking A-list, mate.
No.
You had Eddie Redmayne and Margot Robbie talking about you. And then, you know, Margot Robbie sort of mentioning me, which gave me a shout out. And I was like, wow.
She said she'd want to play me in a film.
You took over the country.
I know.
Right? When you came out of there. It was incredible to me, who'd been famous for quite a long time.
It was
crazy. And then I became the second most famous Dani Dyer in the country. And I watched this rise from you. So for me personally, it goes up and down.
Yeah, of course
I think I may be going up to A again at the moment.
Oh, you are so A.
No, but yeah, I've dropped down to C's and D's, I fancy.
Oh, I don't think I'm even a C.
I don't think I've ever been a Z. Have I
no, I've never been a Z,
I don't know, Dan. I've made some bad decisions in my life. It's not ever something I think about, but I go, the rise and fall of our industry.
At the minute, you are like...
Oh, no, I'm fucking flying.
You're flying. You are basically on a fucking UFO. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you are at the top of your...
Yeah, I feel like I'm having a really good run at the moment.
But you so deserve.
I've been around so long, I understand that, you know, it can start dipping again.
Yeah, and go a little bit, am I good enough? And we and you are both very vulnerable
We're always on
people.
the edge, darling. We're very sensitive souls.
I remember you rang me not that long ago, and I think you were just asking me what chicken or something it was, and then I was on the phone to you for about an hour, just you comforting me.
No, because we need each other.
You.
Because we're both two Dani Dyers.
Why are we so... You are so sensitive.
No, I know we are, but we both are. And this is... it's a power. Because it means we're in touch with our feelings, and you know that's why you did so well on Love Island, because you was very much heart on the sleeve, vulnerable, sensitive, all them things that I've been dipping into this last fucking Love Island.
I didn't really enjoy. I loved All Stars.
Yeah, but it's all they sort of know how to behave.
Yeah,
in a way
I get it.
What the audience are going to want.
Yeah, what character.
That's why Big Brother ran out. He couldn't do it anymore because it was like it wasn't fresh anymore.
I think the problem now as well with like the Big Brothers and the Love Island is everyone's a bit more worried of what people are going to think of them. Like when I went on Love Island, I think it was just a bit of a peak. Then again, social media was there, but not as much as it is now. And now everyone, like, I felt sorry for like on the likes of Big Brother, like the way that people just attack you when you come out of it. I think it's harder to go on them sort of shows
now. You
want
instant fame, okay? And so, not so much you.
No, I didn't really know what I was doing.
You was on the back of Heartbreak.
Yeah,
you was a bit lost. You was working in the boozer, and you just went and
let's just go have a good time.
And you just went and had a good time, which you actually did. Now,
and I did love it. Yeah.
Now, I think people want a quick hit of fame, which is horrible, really. Fame, actually.
I think it's awful.
Can bring you money, can bring you followers. But actually, to give away your anonymity, and I've said this many times, is a huge thing to fucking give away.
Yeah.
And to do it in that quick fix way of Big Brother or Love Island, you are just churned out. Now crack on with it.
Yeah.
And there is going to be opening up yourself to people's opinion of you.
Yeah.
And it's
there's a lot of
harsh,
highs and lows, and there's a lot of like waves of it all. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
So you've had that rise, and then obviously you have like you had your little dips, and then up again, and then
it's like a wave. But I think if that premiere, I just want to be there. I don't even want to meet her. I don't want to meet her. It's not about meeting her. I just want to be there.
Right, okay.
Okay, in my lovely dress.
So if you had the opportunity to be in front of her,
I just don't know how I'd be in hospital. Yeah, I won't be able to cope with it.
Which is weird because you at the height of your fame, you had young girls crying their eyes out in front of you. Remember? seeing you and crying. I mean, I've had it. It's weird that someone has that connection with you that you've got with Ariana, that fame thing. People have had that with you. They've had it with me. It's weird, the idea of being in front of you, like they go, "Oh my God," and then they just cry, which is always a weird thing. I start to console them.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm consoling them, because I'm making them worse by consoling them. I suppose it's all good. It's all love. Something we have to navigate our way through, and I suppose be appreciative of it, you know, because we've put ourselves out there now. We can't turn it off.
No, you can't.
And now you're in a celebrity couple. You know, you've got to.
I like how we are because we're very private.
He's an athlete. He's a sports person. He's not into all that. You know, like I said before, he doesn't really want to be in front of the cameras.
He doesn't want that fame stuff.
Of course he doesn't.
And I love that.
No.
Like, I feel like, of course, we share our relationship, but it's not so like, oh, here we are. Let's sit on social media and talk about how we are. It's just very, he's the one. Lovely.
Well, maybe every week we should just sort of, do an Ariana, just sort of like where she's been this week, and you can tell us.
She's always hiding, though.
Well, listen, we've spoke a lot of shite. Hopefully shite that you've clung on to somewhat. We want to thank you for joining us on Live and Let Dyers. I suppose that's it, darling.
Yeah, so goodbye.
So
We'll see you all soon.
Stay safe, everyone. Be kind, be gentle to others, and ta-ta a bitch.